Welcome back to the Emirates, where Arsenal welcome Watford in the FA Cup quarter-finals. There he is, Costel Pantilimon. We did expect him to start in goal. We got the team sheet through. It said it was Gomez, but we are now told that was an admin error. The FA have cleared it for Pantilimon to start. David, we did think he would, because he has been playing in the FA Cup.
Indeed, and as I say, I was at training on Wednesday, and he was the one who went over and worked with the team. So I could see something between then and now, but obviously it was that admin error, and he did well in training Wednesday. I think he'll do well today.
Bit of a strange one. Ian, where do we think this quarter-final is going to be won and lost today?
Well, I think that everybody knows that Arsenal will have a fair amount of possession, so obviously Ozil's going to be integral, Sanchez, but I think that Arsenal have got the quality, and they've got to put the endeavour in, because Watford have shown that they can. If Arsenal are not on it, they will be able to turn them over. So I feel Arsenal got the quality, and those players have got to show up today. That's all it comes down to with me.
Okay, well, the players ready to go in the tunnel here at the Emirates. Who is going to join Crystal Palace and Everton in the semi-finals? Your commentators, Robbie Savage, and first, Darren Fletcher. Good afternoon, guys.
Good afternoon, Lindsay. Good afternoon, everyone. So Arsenal's love affair with the FA Cup continues here at the Emirates. The calm before the storm, you might say, with Barcelona looming menacingly on the horizon on Wednesday night. The Gunners chasing a third successive FA Cup win and history this season. No team can better their record of 12 wins in the competition. But can it be Watford's year? A feel-good story in a Premier League season full of them. Bidding to get back to the big day out at Wembley in May for the first time since Graham Taylor was manager and Elton John was combining chart-topping with running things at Vicarage Road. And a fantastic setting here at the Emirates for this one today. The injury crisis has struck at the worst possible time for Arsenal, with Leicester City pulling away at home and Barcelona 3 days away in Europe. Cech, Koscielny, Oxlade, Chamberlain, Wilshere and Cazorla were joined by Aaron Ramsey this week. They were dropping like flies at Hull on Tuesday. Both Gabriel and Mertesacker are fit to start this one. Coquelin replaces Flamini alongside El Neni. Alexis Sanchez and Mesut Ozil are in from the start. Olivier Giroud scored twice at Hull on Tuesday.
17, Alexis Sanchez.
Quique Sanchez-Flores has kept the basis of his team throughout the FA Cup this season, and with no Premier League issues to concern him, it's a strong Watford side today. Costel Pantilimon in goal, as always, in the FA Cup, despite the admin error. Aurelio Gomez on the bench. Craig Cathcart returns, Nathan Ake reversed to left-back, Holebas makes way, Berami and Guardiola replace Amrabat and Suarez in midfield. And it's Dini and Digallo up front. And both sides here, Robbie, very strong today.
Certainly are. You know, Arsenal in a 4-2-3-1 formation. From their perspective, great to see Sanchez, Ozil. Can they provide the ammunition for Giroud, who got 2 goals against Hull, to score some goals? And looking at Watford, I think Dini would probably play alongside Digallo. And if I was the Watford manager, I'd be saying to Watson and Berami to try and test Gabriel out early with Digallo's pace.
Olivier Giroud got back amongst the goals at Hull. The 2 he scored were his first in 11 matches for Arsenal. A strong end to the season could yet bring plenty of success his way. Mertesacker fit and able to captain the side. And Troy Deeney is wearing the captain's armband, as always, for Watford today. The goals have dried up a little bit for him and for Odion Ighalo. But against this Arsenal defence, with concerns at centre-back, with the injuries picked up by Mertesacker and Gabriel in midweek, they'll be hopeful of doing plenty of damage today. Arsene Wenger's won all 6 games against Watford as the Arsenal manager. He's got 6 FA Cups as well. 6 his lucky number, puts him level with George Ramsey, who got 6 with Villa. But the 9 months that Quique Sanchez-Flores has spent at Watford is the longest run since Gianfranco Zola's days at Vicarage Road. They've got a real chance, haven't they, this season, Watford, Robbie? I know that Arsenal boast this proud recent record in the FA Cup, but they can play with the brakes off today and really give it a go.
Certainly can, but, you know, listen to Ian right before the game. If you can stop Ighalo, you can stop Dini. Not many goals in this Watford side.
Wembley is in sight for Arsenal and Watford, the cup holders, against the team 9 places and 15 points below them in the Premier League table. Can Watford take advantage of Arsenal's hectic schedule? Red and white for Arsenal, all black for Watford. And the sun's shining, a little bit blustery inside the stadium. Perfect conditions for this FA Cup quarter-final. And Mesut Ozil gets on the ball for Arsenal for the first time. And Coquelin. And it must have been a big boost to Arsene Wenger, the fact that Mertesacker and Gabriel are fit to play today. There were major doubts, having both gone off against Hull City, and it would have been a very makeshift Arsenal back four had they not been available for this one today.
Certainly is, and looking at Mertesacker the first 20 seconds doing a Cruyff turn just outside his penalty area.
Arsenal come into this one unbeaten in 15 rounds in the FA Cup 2013 here at the Emirates. It's the first time Watford have reached the quarter-finals for 9 years. Aidy Boothroyd was in charge back then. They beat Plymouth at this stage before losing to Manchester United in the semis. But in a topsy-turvy season with Leicester top of the table, Crystal Palace through to Wembley already, who knows what's in store for Watford.
Interesting early on when Watford haven't got the ball. Deeney comes over to this left-hand side. It's Barami who's pushing forward to join Nigalo, trying to close the ball down.
Here's Coquelin, who's got another defensive-minded player alongside him in central midfield today, Mohamed El Neni. Joel Campbell. And Callum Chambers. There's Ozil. Now Alexis Sanchez. Fizz through to Campbell. It was a good ball by Sanchez, and Chambers has got forward to help out. First promising position for Arsenal. And it was cleared away by Neon back there for Watford, but they opened them up a little bit for the first time. Here come the holders again. Campbell. El Neni threaded through there to Chambers, who was looking to turn. And it was Etienne Capoue, who's played against Arsenal for Tottenham in a North London derby, who was able to get it away.
If Deeney's going to play on this left-hand side, he's got to trap the full-back in Chambers. You know, Sanchez, I think the ball went through his legs. He tried to hit it with his right foot. You know, and the ball ended up going through his legs. But Deeney's got to trap Chambers back on this right-hand side.
Slotty from Campbell, and then Cathcart failed to clear it. So did Prodel. Gibbs forward. And Watford really struggling to clear their line. Sloppy header from Ake. Campbell almost got it through the door to Ozil, but it's been a really confident start by Arsene Wenger's side. Watford are boasting a proud record in the competition. They've kept clean sheets in all 3 FA Cup matches so far against Newcastle, Forest and Leeds. Well, they're going to be tested if the start of this match is anything to go by today. It's the 4th successive home draw in the competition for Arsenal. It's neatly done by Coquelin. It's already pretty evident here, Robbie, that concentration and patience are going to be key for Watford.
Certainly are. You have to be disciplined, you have to stay in your positions, you've got to trap runners. You know, we've seen Hull do that in midweek very well until the mistake from Myler with a pass back. El Neni, I thought, was very good in midweek, Darren. You know, he kept the ball well, passed forward, and I think he's fitted into this Arsenal team exceptionally well so far.
He played well in the North London derby as well at White Hart Lane last weekend. Here he is on the ball, looking to get the return pass there from Ozil. Cathcart, who's one of 3 changes made by Quique Sanchez Flores today, able to steer it away. Coquelin was too quick for Barami. He got to the Spanish Cup final as the manager of Atletico Madrid, won the Europa League with them, so he's got Cup heritage as a manager, Quique Sanchez Flores. He's brought a bit of stability to Watford, hasn't he, this season? The 7th manager in 3 years. He was the 5th in a year when he replaced Slavica Jokanovic, but it looks like they've found the man now, Robbie, who can stick around for a while and certainly try and grow the club as a Premier League outfit.
Yes, done exceptionally well to keep Watford in the Premier League, but you can see today he's trying to press Arsenal high up the park. A midfielder releases himself to go and shut down the centre half, and Deeney stay on the left-hand side. Bizarre for me, that, Darren.
Capoue pressured there by Campbell. Here's Deeney. And then forward by Guediora. The run had been made by Ake, who's been playing as a centre-back for the last couple of Watford games, but he's back out at left-back today, which is the position that he's occupied for the majority of the season on loan from Chelsea.
Ben Watson, the deepest lying Watford player, he's going to have to keep an eye on Ozil. Ozil in that number 10 position. Oh, Ben Watson scored a winning goal in the FA Cup final. It's important he stays near Ozil from a defensive point of view.
Here's Deeney on the move. And Mertesacker, the Arsenal captain, across. He's played the most matches for Watford this season. Ben Watson, the player that you were just talking about, along with Deeney and Igalo. Just wonder as well, Robbie, when you look at the changes that Quique Sanchez-Flores has made for this one today, he's got 4 out-and-out defenders, hasn't he, across the back. Ake, who can play as a centre-back or a left-back. Neom is very defensive-minded. And, of course, the 2 centre-backs as well. It's almost as if he expects that they'll have to soak up a lot of pressure, hence why he's got those 4, and then Watson just sat in front.
Yeah, Arsenal will have all the possession, especially at home. You can see already in the opening 6 or 7 minutes, comfortable in possession. Only one opportunity really for Sanchez when he got into the box. Should have made contact with it. Other than that, no, Arsenal have not got round the back. Only Chambers on that occasion when Deeney didn't track him.
There's El-Neni, Gabriel. Callum Chambers, who's had to be patient, wait for his opportunities this season. A little nudge by Ake on Campbell. There's Alexis Sanchez. So often the man who can open the door. Spotted the run this time of Callum Chambers, who in stretching couldn't get the quality into the penalty area, but it's something they're trying to do in the early stages, isn't it, Robbie? Get the right back in behind this Watford defence.
Yeah, I just think looking at this Watford side, the way they've set up, it looks like a side to try and contain Arsenal for the opening periods of the game, try and quieten the crowd, frustrate them. Yeah, because we said before the game, what an opportunity. Quarter-final of the FA Cup. I thought Watford have a real goal. Yes, we're only 10 minutes in, but I think, can Deeney support Igalo? So I think it's a side to contain rather to attack.
Deeney's header. It's at Guediora. There's around 9,000 Watford fans here at the Emirates today. Always a difference with the Premier League matches, the fact the away fans get significantly more tickets. Just adds to the atmosphere and adds to the colour. Here's Watson. Took too long on that. Ozil was able to nick it back for Arsenal. And now here's Coquelin. Campbell swept forward towards Alexis Sanchez. Giroud's made the run, he's offside. The flag went up straight away. Shouldn't really detract from the slick passing that we saw from Arsenal, but the flag went up the minute Alexis Sanchez played it through to Olivier Giroud.
Definitely offside. You know, it was Ben Watson initially lost the ball. You can see it's Sanchez, and he's just got a fraction too early. Great call for the linesman, but you've got to say it was a cool finish from Giroud. But Watson cannot lose the ball in the middle of the park there. The first thing you see, Darren, as a football player, that's usually the right thing. He waited and waited, and Ozil nicked the ball off him, started the attack.
Pantilimon starting in goal today. We were all surprised when we saw the name of Aurelio Gomez on the team sheet, because Pantilimon's played in the FA Cup all the way through. Well, the FA were happy that it was an administrative error, so the big Romanian can start this one. Here's Odion Igalo with those quick feet. And now Valon Berami. It's a smart turn as well. And an important tackle for Arsenal from Coquelin.
It's great defending from Coquelin. He's read the situation well. No, he hasn't dived in. He's waited for an opportunity to win the ball. Very good midfield play.
His 99th game in an Arsenal shirt today. He'll make his 100th in the new camp, hopefully, as far as he's concerned, on Wednesday.
It was a great turn from Barami outside of his right foot. But Coquelin waited for the opportunity. Very good tackle. You know, Pantilimon played in every round for Manchester City in the FA Cup, Dan, didn't he? But got left out in the final for Joe Hart. In the game, Ben Watson scored the winning header.
Away by Chambers. There's Craig Cathcart, who is hoping to be part of Michael O'Neill's Northern Ireland squad for the Euros in the summer. Igalo can have a run at Mertesacker, who backs off and allows him to. And then got his body in the right place when Igalo pulled the trigger.
Very good defending there from Mertesacker, Darren. Igalo running him, he had to hold him up because Campbell didn't track the run of Ake. You know, but Mertesacker had to retreat. You know, defended really well there, the German.
Mertesacker beats Deeney. Chambers under pressure from Etienne Capoue. Played in a couple of North London derbies with Tottenham. He was the club record signing when he came in the summer, Capoue, and he's been very consistent in a variety of midfield positions for Watford this season. There's a little bit of space in central midfield for Coquelin. Now Sanchez. Ozil. Sanchez available again, and then Giroud. And Watford able to get bodies around the ball and deny the Frenchman the chance to shoot, but there's an awful lot of space out there at the moment for Alexis Sanchez and Mesut Ozil.
Very good defending, 6 players back for Watford, crowded out Giroud.
There's Guardiola, who brings energy to this Watford team, and he's won the free kick here as well. Andre Mariner is in charge today.
I think they've had a little change with Capoue coming to this left-hand side. You know, obviously the manager, Watford manager, spotted the run of Chambers, and I think Capoue defensively will do a better job than Deeney. So a little change in personnel to this left-hand side.
A poor free kick from Sebastian Prodel. And you think they've got the aerial power of Deeney in the penalty area. On a day where chances and opportunities around the Arsenal box might well be few and far between. Neon with the challenge, and then Barami. Guardiola. Alexis Sanchez with the block for Arsenal. There's Neon with Kieran Gibbs out there. Able to swing it in towards Deeney. Chambers with the defending, only as far as Capoue. And another important foot in there for Arsenal by Coquelin.
And that was a good position from Ben Watson there. You know, the deepest line midfield play, he has to be disciplined, he has to stay in that position to stop attacks, and it was an important header there from Watson in the middle of the park.
A little bit of confusion as to whether the ball had actually gone out before Nathan Ake picked it up. The assistant, who stood right in front of Quique Sanchez-Flores, wasn't too sure either. Mertesacker with a challenge on Igalo.
And it was a brilliant tackle, Darren, because Deeney was in. And if Igalo could have just nicked it to Deeney, but what a tackle from Mertesacker, who started the game really well.
Another header won by the Arsenal skipper. And then Ozil there just in front of Deeney. They do solely rely on Deeney and Igalo for the goals, this Watford team. They've got 27 amongst them in the starting 11 today, and 24 of them have been scored by the front two. And the problem they've had recently is that they've hit little flat spots in terms of goals themselves. This would be the perfect day, wouldn't it, for them to get back to form and give Watford that real threat in the final third.
Yeah, you can see there, you know, Deeney's gone more in the forward position now next to Igalo. And for that Mertesacker challenge, you know, the link-up play for the two of them in that position is what we've seen in the earlier parts of the season.
Guardiola with El Neni in there for Arsenal, and now Coquelin. Chambers can bring it forward, and he's got plenty of support with him. There's Joel Campbell. Giroud was calling for it. There's Chambers. Campbell. Capu's got the defending to do here for Watford. Ozil to Chambers, who's got time, and he's looking to pick out someone in red and white. And Giroud and Sanchez were in there, but big Costel Pantilimon had no problem with that.
A good patient play from Arsenal. You know, this seems to have a little bit of joy in this right-hand side.
Guardiola was helping Neom, and Varane was there as well. And no foul. Alexis Sanchez was thinking to get the free kick there. Strong centre-forward play by Ighalo. And then a really poor pass by Guardiola. And will Arsenal punish Watford for giving it away? Alexis Sanchez ran into problem when they got red and white around it.
That's the danger for Watford, you know, square balls. Guardiola's pass there, you know, was a shocking pass, and it was a good job. Prodo was in a good position.
That's a foul by Gabriel on Ighalo.
They were seeing the move before when he held the ball exceptionally well. Gabriel's got both hands over Ighalo. You can moan all he wants as a free kick.
Both of these sides have been struggling for form a bit recently. Watford have lost their last 2 matches. Arsenal's win against Hull on Tuesday ended a run of 5 without a win in all competitions. Ighalo dealt with by Gabriel.
Quick thinking from Watson there. Good run from Ighalo. You know, but Gabriel was alert, seeing the danger early, got in a good position, cleared the danger.
Coquelin's done that a lot so far, hasn't he? Stepped in and broken things up in the middle of the pitch. Here's El Neni. Mertesacker on to Chambers. Now Campbell. Ozil to Coquelin, and then out towards Alexis Sanchez. More work for Neom to do. Wonderful touch there by Sanchez, and a good turn as well. And the vision to pick out Gibbs, and then roll through towards Campbell. Really important challenge by Nathan Ake for Watford. And now the break's on. Led by the captain, Deeney. Capu. And Guardiola had made the run. Mertesacker got man and ball, according to Andre Mariner. And Arsenal can come forward again. All of a sudden, the game coming to life.
Got the great challenges first from Ake. You know, got himself in a good position. And there from Mertesacker. This is a challenge by Mertesacker. It's a good challenge, very good challenge. And this one, you know, Sanchez spots Gibbs, but just look at Ake. He sees Campbell making that run, gets across, makes a great challenge. Goes in with his left foot, just got there first. Good defending, and they're going to have to defend like that, you know, for the remaining 17 minutes, it looks like.
Guardiola, okay. It's his 150th appearance in English football today. It's the first time we've seen Arsene Wenger today. Not happy with the fact that Guardiola kicked it out of play for an Arsenal goal kick. It's his 1,110th match in charge of Arsenal today. His 20th season at the club. 6 wins in 7 FA Cup finals. Great layoff by Alexis Sanchez to Olivier Giroud. Watson couldn't knock him off the ball. Ozil and Campbell are waiting. Sanchez in possession, and it goes towards Ozil. And too much on it. So we're coming up straight after us today, the second of our FA Cup quarter-finals. Manchester United against West Ham. 3:30, the build-up starts from Old Trafford on BT Sport 2 HD and Ultra HD as well.
I think Watford will be very happy with opening 20 minutes. You know, Arsenal haven't threatened him behind. You know, Chambers, you would say, has been the most danger on this right-hand side when he gets on the overlap with Campbell. You've got to say, the goalkeeper's not been tested at all.
Well, that'll have been the first marker point, won't it, for Quique Sanchez-Flores? Navigate the first 20 minutes without conceding a goal. They've managed to do that, even though Arsenal have had the majority of the possession. They've given themselves a platform to build on, and Igalo will try and do that. Well, David Ospina is out quickly.
What I like about El Neni is that he does start in that defensive midfield when he gets forward.
All kinds of space again for Chambers, and in it goes towards Olivier Giroud. It's 3 or 4 times he's got himself in that kind of position. Arsenal threatening again.
Got a big problem. On their left-hand side, Watford, Chambers again. You know, can he just whip his foot around him, curl it into a path of an on-rushing Arsenal player? But, you know, they just cannot sort this. Their left-hand side out, whether Kapui comes out to this side, Deeney.
5 successive starts in the FA Cup this season for Callum Chambers. In the last 5 matches he's actually started in an Arsenal shirt, have all been in the FA Cup, so it's his competition. Hector Bellerin amongst the substitutes today, with an eye, of course, on Barcelona on Wednesday. Gallo, a little bit quicker to that than Gabriel. Here's Guardiola. Then he goes towards Troy Deeney, who was just trying to peel off the back of Mertesacker, and Ospina out to claim it.
Good goalkeeping. Commands his 18-yard box there, seen the cross coming, thought I'm going for it, and claimed it really well.
Ake in quickly on Ozil this time, and now Birami. Watson. They'll have to keep the possession better, won't they, Watford? Chambers towards Alexis Sanchez, and Prodi will have to keep his eye on that. Neon over there, but never gives it up, does he? Now Kieran Gibbs. Ozil. Guardiola did a bit, but not enough. Alexis Sanchez to Francis Coquelin. Given away. A strange ball, strange decision by Sanchez. Here's Igalo.
That's what Coquelin does so well. He was in a position where if there was going to be a counter-attack, he was in the right place at the right time.
Gibbs has nicked it back, and then Sanchez plays it to Ozil, and now Campbell, Ake in again, and then Neom away. Well won by Deeney. Good ball by Capu as well, and Igalo's got there, and Deeney's in the middle if he can find him. Igalo might well go himself. They eventually tried to tee up Deeney and only played it to Mertesacker, but if they'd been a little bit quicker there, Robbie, they would have been in.
What a ball from Capu, outside of his right foot. Good run from Igalo. He just seemed to hesitate. You know, the link-up play there between Igalo and Deeney. Just look at that pass, outside of his right foot. Mertesacker exposed. Can he play Deeney quicker? He's got to give him that ball earlier.
He knew it, didn't he? Quique Sanchez-Flores, the best position that Watford have managed to fashion so far. Here's Joel Campbell. Coquelin. Gibbs, who's not been forward as much down the left as Chambers has down the right. And then he can't reach it. Deeney had just slotted into a defensive role, is able to get it away.
Yeah, they're frustrating Arsenal. In a good shape. Everybody doing their job. You know, look, one or two occasions look dangerous on the counter-attack. They've just got to sort this left-hand side out, Watford, because Chambers is having a bit of joy.
There's Campbell. Chambers supporting him, so is Ozil. El Neni. Coquelin. Campbell surrounded again, and then Nathan Ake once more with a clearance for Watford. They're getting bodies around the ball impressively, aren't they, when Arsenal come forward. Here's Coquelin. El Neni. Giroud. Trodel, who's big and strong, is back there for Watford. And then Deeney in on Gabriel, two very committed players. Andre Mariner had a look. No foul according to the referee. Troy Deeney stayed down. Adley Guardiola was furious, wasn't it?
Big call from the referee. Oof. I've got to say, if you watch Gabriel 2 feet off the floor, that should be a red card. No question in my mind. 2 feet off the floor, launched into the tackle. How Andre Mariner is in that position, can't see that. Shocking decision. That should have been a stonewall red card.
It was Guardiola leading the protest, wasn't it? From the Watford side of things. Here we see it again, Robbie.
2 feet off the floor there, Darren. Catches Deeney on the shin. Deeney got there first. Red card. Mariner's missed that. Poor decision.
Good to see Troy Deeney on his feet, which is the important thing. And Howard Webber's just had a look at that as well. He's part of our team today. He's going to be running all over this one and the game at Old Trafford later. He agrees with you, Robbie. He says 100% red card.
Well, I've seen it. You could see them both committed, yes. Deeney got the ball first, and Gabriel's launched into the tackle, 2 feet off the ground, stood showing into Deeney's shin. But Mariner, who's in a very good position, Darren, he's right on top of it, didn't give it.
Here's Deeney back in the thick of it. And no doubt Quique Sanchez-Flores will have something to say about that later on. In the meantime, there's more Watford defending to do. Mesut Ozil coming forward. Joel Campbell. Ake's been solid so far. They get the overlap again, though, with Chambers. Capoue this time in the way. Arsenal corner.
Yeah, Capoue done well there. You know, got himself in a good position, good starting position. Seen the run of Chambers, got the blocking.
Mertesacker and Gabriel have made their way to the Watford box for the corner, which is delivered in by Ozil. Powered away by Deeney. Good ball to El Neni. Arsenal in. Well, he got many options there, hadn't he, Mohamed El Neni? And that wasn't the one that he wanted to take.
What a position, you've got to say. The ball from Chambers was a great ball. El Neni's first touch just got away from him. He's tried to hit it on the half volley, but he's caught at the top of the bounce. Technique all wrong. He's got to hit the target there, Darren.
So plenty of football for you in midweek, and Arsenal front of centre. Before that, we've got Manchester City against Dinamo Kiev, Tuesday, 7 o'clock, BT Sport Europe HD. And the following night, the toughest task for any team at the moment, to go to the new camp and take on Barcelona. Arsenal 2-0 down from the first leg. Wednesday, 7 o'clock, BT Sport Europe HD. Gallo just leaned on Gabriel, who was looking to exaggerate it. Deeney looking to get in behind Mertesacker, and Ospina quickly off his line.
Well, once again, good starting position from the goalkeeper. You've seen the danger. Gallo would have been offside, but Deeney made a run onside and Ospina come out and claimed it well.
Campbell's found some room. Quickly closed down though by Barami and Watson. And then Campbell was late on Barami, unnecessarily so.
Good play from Watford. Getting men around the ball, making challenges. Barami, you know, and Campbell shows a bit of frustration there, losing the ball. Little nick on Barami, but free kick.
Key statistic as far as Watford are concerned here, Robbie, is the fact that they've got to 31 minutes or just past it. Pantilimon hasn't made a save as yet. Arsenal yet to fashion a shot on target, despite the good positions they've got themselves in around the Watford box.
Yeah, Hull were doing well midweek as well, but it was one mistake. Sunday switched off.
Lovely touch by Giroud. El Neni to Alexis Sanchez. And Giroud and El Neni have carried on running forward. Prodil read it well. Cleared as far as Sanchez. Now Gibbs. El Neni, Sanchez. Capu can bring it away. He's played a good ball through here towards Igalo as well, and Deeney's completely free. And it's another poor ball played towards Troy Deeney by Odion Igalo. That's twice they've been in, and twice Igalo should have played it quicker.
But so dangerous on the counter-attack, he has to play that ball quicker, earlier.
And there's Campbell who's able to keep it in. Giroud waiting for it. So is Ozil. And El Neni. And again, Watford bodies surround the man in possession of the ball, and it's squirmed through to Pantilimon, but the best chance, Robbie, was at the other end.
Yes, another wonderful ball from Capu. Now he's got to play it. Deeney's unmarked, Mertesacker exposed, Gibbs can't get back, he has to play it earlier. Once again, great opportunity on the counter-attack for Watford.
He's on 7 games without a goal, personally, Igalo. I just wonder whether a little bit of that early season confidence has slipped away from him, but they might not get too many better opportunities than we've seen in the last 5 minutes.
But he's got to either play it early or go and commit the defender and take him on. You know, he ended up doing neither. Bad pass. You know, that's the second occasion he's been in a similar situation. He's just dithered on it. Either commit the defender or pass the ball early.
Ozil running into space. Alexis Sanchez back towards Ozil. And Prodil got there in time, got the ball. And then the foul committed by Gibbs on Guediora. Got to time that right, hadn't he, Prodil?
When you go to ground in the box, you've got to make sure you win the ball. And it's Prodil, you know, he sticks out his right leg. Initially, I think he catches Ozil first, then he catches the ball. So you've got to say it was man before ball. Therefore, the law's the game. That's a penalty.
A couple of big decisions in this first half for Andre Marriner and the team here at the Emirates, which I'm sure the guys will have a closer look at half-time. Remains 0-0 and remains a really interesting cup tie. Here's El Neni, who's been impressive so far. Kieran Gibbs. Coquelin to Alexis Sanchez, and then out to Kieran Gibbs. Ozil at the back post here for Arsenal. Okay away, but not very far. Chambers. Campbell. Ozil. In towards Sanchez and away by Watson. Now Chambers. Cathcart's header this time. El Neni back in. Giroud with his back to the defender, and he collided with Prodil as well. And Andre Marriner was given the free kick to Watford.
Yeah, Giroud's just tried to hold Prodil off there, using his strength. You know, he's feeling for his man, as you can see. Just trying to get his arm around him. And Prodil does go down a bit too easy. Yes, it's a foul. And this is the for all those challenges. As you can see, there's no contact on the ball until that point there. So I've got to say, that's a penalty.
There's Ozil. Watford trying to get back into defensive positions. Ozil couldn't quite steer it quickly enough towards Campbell. And then Deeney in on Chambers. Here is Campbell. And a good challenge by Ake. They've done that really well so far in the match, haven't they, Watford? Get a foot in when they've needed to and work really hard to get bodies around the ball when Arsenal come forward. Coquelin. Callum Chambers. In towards Olivier Giroud and Alexis Sanchez, knee on the way. Ozil then couldn't get the right contact on the shot on the follow-up. And then Watson clears his lines. Igalo gives chase. Move Gabriel aside fairly. Here's Guardiola. Gabriel in firmly again. He's not hanging about today, is he, the Brazilian for Arsenal?
Well, he shouldn't be on the park with that one there. You know, I thought initially it was a free kick, but then he launched it into a tackle once again, and he's lucky because he got the ball with his trailing right leg.
Coquelin gets in front of Neon. And the last touch off the Watford right back. So more football coming up in Europe in midweek. Manchester United against Liverpool Thursday, 7:30. BT Sport Europe HD and Ultra HD. Liverpool 2 up from the first leg at Anfield. And at the same time, on BT Sport 1 HD, Tottenham against Borussia Dortmund. They've got to overturn a 3-goal deficit from the first leg in Dortmund. Really busy week of football coming your way on BT Sport with the European competitions back on centre stage. Here's Troy Deeney on towards Odion Igalo. Gabriel with a clearance. Mertesacker was there too. Now Birami. Guardiola.
Roaring into the game, Watford, Darren. You know, defended really well, looked more confident in when they got the ball, passing it round. You know, created 1 or 2 great opportunities on the counter-attack. They'll be really pleased now. 38 minutes, the manager.
Arsenal have won the last 6 meetings between the sides, including a 3-0 win at Vicarage Road in October. Watford have never won on this ground. Their last win away against Arsenal was at Highbury 28 years ago. Rick Holden got the only goal that day. Here's Capoue. Coquelin with a tackle. And then he got there ahead of Birami. Alexis Sanchez towards Ozil, and he was offside.
Yeah, they held the line really well, Watford. You know, Ozil trying to make that diagonal running behind the back four. Just went a fraction too early. Another good decision from the linesman, attack decision, but the correct one.
Ozil, who's closing in on Thierry Henry's assist record in the Premier League. He needs 2 to equal Henry's 20. Not quite as prolific as he was pre-Christmas, but he's having a really strong season for Arsenal. Here's Watson. Gabriel just had to make sure he'd got enough on that back to Ospina.
They do look dangerous on the counter-attack. They got runners that time was Birami. You know, the ball from Watson's a bit better. He'd have been isolated against Gabriel on 1-on-1.
There's Chambers. Okay, was waiting for it. Joel Campbell. Coquelin. Ozil. Campbell. Deeney's back there to apply the pressure on Ozil, who wriggles away from Nathan Ake, tries to pick out Campbell, who in turn gives it to Elneny. Second good opportunity for Arsenal's January signing, and the same result, didn't hit the target.
Magnificent play from Ozil. A little nutmeg on Ake. You know, can Campbell hit that first time with his right foot? No. He decided to put it into Elneny's path. He just leapt back a little bit, and over the bar, but great bit of skill from Ozil. Layoff was good from Campbell. El Neni has to hit the target once again. You know, I'm sure Wenger won't be happy about that.
It's a frustrating day so far, isn't it, for the Arsenal manager? They've fashioned some good positions, but haven't been able to test Pantilimon. And there's been too many occasions like that this season, hasn't there, Robbie, where they've been very good in the approach play, but not lethal enough with the finishing.
Yeah, ideally you want Ozil or Sanchez or Giroud hitting the ball from where El Neni did. You know, he's the defensive midfielder, he does get forward.
Hasn't scored yet for Arsenal, but he did get a few for Basel early in the season. Don't forget, next week, Arsenal back on BT Sport in the Barclays Premier League. They've got Everton, midday start. That's after Fletch and Sav on BT Sport 1 HD and Ultra HD. It could well be a dress rehearsal for the FA Cup final. We'll wait and see. Here's Joel Campbell. Just over 3 minutes to go in the first half. Ozil sends it through. Campbell controlled it. Lifted the ball over Pantilimon, but over the bar as well.
What a ball from Ozil there. The awareness. Look, it's a reverse pass fired in to Campbell. I've got to say, the touch from Ake just done enough to put Campbell off, and he's lean, he's stretching, and he just can't get a great contact over the bar. But what a ball from Ozil.
Joel Campbell scored in the third round against Sunderland, and now we're going to see a yellow card here for Costel Pantilimon for time wasting. So the first card that's actually been shown today by Andre Mariner, bearing in mind we've had the challenge from Gabriel that Johan Howard Webb thought should have been a red card. The first card we've actually seen is for time wasting before half-time.
Well, it's nonsense from Mariner. He misses the two-footed challenge from 5 yards away, and then he books Pantilimon for time wasting. Nonsense.
A mistake by Neon. Alexis Sanchez will look to punish him. Progel stopped the ball finding its way through to Olivier Giroud, and then he's fouled the little Chilean. Got a really proud record, Arsenal, against teams in the Premier League at home in the FA Cup. They've not lost to one for 19 years. It's a 21-match unbeaten run against top-flight sides on their own pitch in this competition. And they've got the chance here towards the end of this first half to apply a bit of pressure on Costel Pantilimon's goal. Mertesacker's gone up from the back. It's lifted in towards Alexis Sanchez, and the flag went up. If he had have got to that ball, it wouldn't have counted.
Yeah. Correct decision once again from the linesman. Sanchez has gone too early, spun round the back. Would have been offside if he made contact, as you can see. 2 or 3 yards offside. But Watford once again holding a good line, a high line. Everybody doing their job. The manager is so happy with this first 45 minutes.
Giroud's header. Coquelin challenged by Igalo, and Capu in there. Here's Ozil. Wonderful vision, hasn't he, the German? Picked out El Neni. Ball finds its way here to Campbell. El Neni. Coquelin. El Neni. And Mertesacker. Gabriel. Alexis Sanchez. 2 additional minutes as El Neni looked to cushion it down towards Giroud. Gabriel's header. Away by Chambers, who's done most of his work in the Watford half in the first half. Berami was able to catch Coquelin napping. Also with a fantastic ball out to Alexis Sanchez. He's brought the full repertoire with him today. It's been a passing exhibition so far from Mesut Ozil. Neom towards Guardiola, and Gabriel across.
Wonderful vision again from Ozil. You know, on the volley out to Sanchez. You know, Watson will have to, you know, start paying a bit closer attention to Ozil in the second half, starting to pull the strings.
It's wasteful from Campbell. Deeney for Watford. Well, there's the half-time whistle. And Andre Mariner, the man at the centre of things in the first half. That challenge by Gabriel, which went unpunished by the referee. According to Howard Webb, it should have been a red card. And Odion Igalo with two really good opportunities to tee up Troy Deeney when Watford were trying to hit Arsenal on the break. Scoreless at half-time at the Emirates. Arsenal 0, Watford 0.
Welcome back. This is our first FA Cup quarter-final of the day. We'll be heading to Old Trafford at 3:30. The players arriving. West Ham winning 5 games in 6 in form take on Manchester United. Very bruised Man United after that embarrassing defeat to Liverpool in the Europa League on Thursday. Here, though, no shots on target for either side in that first half. It is goalless here. Ian Wright with me, David James. Ian, where is the breakthrough going to come, do you think?
I think you started to see Ozil start to get a little bit more into the game. I think Chambers down the right's causing them problems, and the same with Campbell. I think Arsenal, all they've got to do now is just try to get more balls in the box. I'd like to see Giroud stay in the centre more and just see if we can capitalise on a couple of chances.
Can Watford sustain that pressing?
Yeah, well, I think that's the key thing. Watford have been very good at pressing. I think they've been very comfortable passing out the back, or confident. As long as they maintain that, then they keep themselves in the game, of course.
Okay, time then for the second half, and back to Robbie Savage and Darren Fletcher.
Thanks, Lindsay. It's the 6th home match in a row that Arsenal have failed to gain a half-time lead. Now, the last time they were able to do that was against Burnley in the 4th round of this competition at the end of January. And we talked about Arsenal's struggles to score in the first half. It's now 4.5 games since Watford scored themselves. The last goal that went in their favour was against Leeds in the last round of the FA Cup. That was an own goal by Scott Wootton. They've not actually managed to fashion a goal that one of their own players has scored since Troy Deeney scored in their away win at Crystal Palace. So 0-0. And there were 1 or 2 signs in that first half that on the counter-attack this Watford team can pose Arsenal a problem. The decision-making of Odion Igalo, I'm sure, was discussed by Quique Sanchez-Flores at half-time.
Yeah, certainly was, and there was signs just towards the end of the first half as well. Ozil was starting to pull the strings, getting in space, putting some great passes in. You know, a little bit of trickery in the box when he set El Neni up.
And one by Guardiola. Here's Kieran Gibbs. And the last touch there came off Alan Neom. It's going to be an Arsenal corner.
Yeah, good tracking from the fullback Neom. Good challenging.
Kieran Gibbs has started all 5 matches in the FA Cup this season. He's had to wait behind Nacho Monreal in the main in the Premier League and the Champions League as well. Mertesacker's gone in for the corner. Gabriel is in there too. It's a good header from Olivier Giroud. Just lacking that little bit of accuracy, but he was easy to find, wasn't he, with that set piece?
Yeah, good movement. It was a little block, you know, but it's a long way out. You know, Cathcart's just lost his man. And he's going to take a great header from there to beat.
And of course, you can hear the booing because Pantilimon was booked 3 minutes before half-time for time wasting, so every time he puts a goal kick down now, and the crowd will try and influence the referee, Andre Mariner. There's Coquelin, and now Callum Chambers, who was able to do lots of this in the first half. Joel Campbell. In towards Olivier Giroud, away by Cathcart, and then won by Coquelin. Neon with the clearance up towards Igalo.
Just want to see a bit more from Sanchez in the second half, Darren. You know, on the fringes in the first half. Can they get the ball to him a bit more?
Guardiola battling hard for the cause. Arsenal beginning to reach their 20th FA Cup final this year. No team has won the cup as much as them, 12 times. Arsene Wenger with a proud record in the competition. Leon stabs it forward. Kieran Gibbs away, and then Coquelin further. So Guardiola, who's done well to turn and cross in towards Deeney. And it was an important far post glance away by Callum Chambers.
What a ball from Guardiola. It just seemed to me that Deeney didn't fully commit to the header. Does he really believe he can go and challenge Chambers there? He doesn't really believe he can go and win that ball over Chambers, but what a delivery from Guardiola. Good header, Chambers.
Deeney the target for the Ake throw, and he's flicked it here towards Igalo! And Watford have got the lead, and Odion Igalo on his first start in the FA Cup this season with the all-important first goal.
Gotta say, so poor defensively from Arsenal. A straightforward throw-in, the flick on, you can see there. You cannot let Deeney get in front of you. Gabriel's too tight, but the way he swiveled there at Igalo and put it past the goalkeeper is brilliant, but that is so poor. Somebody's got to stay in front of Deeney, but the swivel, the turn, the shot, great finish. 1-0 Watford.
Well, Quique Sanchez Flores can celebrate. So can Odion Igalo, his 16th goal of the season, the first goal that he scored since he got one in the fourth round against Nottingham Forest. He'd gone 7 games without a goal before today. And for all of the Arsenal possession, they've not had the killer instinct in front of goal, and they've been punished by Watford.
Terrible, terrible defending. A throw-in, a flick on, and a swivel shot, goal. You've got to get somebody in front of Deeney there. Real poor defending, basic error. You're taught, get somebody in front of the centre forward, somebody behind him. Terrible defending.
Well, those 9,000 Watford supporters who are here at the Emirates today, thoroughly enjoying it now. Arsenal, who have lost their last 2 home matches against Barcelona and Swansea, they've not lost 3 in a row at home for 14 years.
I don't think it'll be long before we see the pace of Walcott. You know, they haven't threatened him behind at all, Arsenal.
More urgency now about the cup holders. The Blackburn Rovers, the last team to beat them in an FA Cup tie. That was here back in 2013. That was by the only goal that day. And they're a goal down here in the second half. As Robbie says, there are big hitters on the Arsenal bench. Walcott is one. Danny Welbeck would be another option as well, wouldn't he, to try and inject a little bit of pace and threat into this team. Here's Guardiola. Neon rampaging forward here from right back. And he goes towards Deeney, headed down towards Igalo, who was sniffing around for a second.
Brilliant link-up play again. They've gone 4-4-2. The combination, Deeney, Igalo, causing havoc. What a ball to the back post from Neon. Gabriel once again too tight. That could have been two, but the 4-4-2 formation is causing Arsenal so many problems. Deeney and Igalo, real threat.
Watford have a good recent record in quarter-final ties. They've won their last two quarter-finals without conceding a goal. And they hold the lead here. How can Arsenal respond? The cup holders. Gibbs. El Neni. It's a good strike. It's straight to Costa Pantilimon, who's had not much to do so far today and wasn't really troubled by that shot either.
That's El Neni's third attempt on-target, and the first time he's hit it. You know, the other two he should have hit the target. Good strike outside of his right foot, but straight at the goalkeeper. Easy save. First shot on target, you know, for Arsenal threat at home, at the Emirates, 53 minutes, not good enough.
Francis Coquelin, Callum Chambers. Campbell was the intended target, Craig Cathcart across. They've defended well all day so far, haven't they, Watford? El Neni with the ball in, Cathcart with the defending again, and then Guardiola misses his kick. Gibbs pumps it in towards Olivier Giroud. Trodel is big and strong back there, the Austrian international. Now Ozil. El Neni. Campbell. Mesut Ozil. In towards Campbell, but slightly off target. Nice flick by Deeney, gets it back from Barami, and Watford are doing their work again. Gabriel's boxed himself into a corner here.
Wonderful play from the captain initially, drops into a midfield role, outside of his foot, give and go, and then tries to use the pace of Igalo on the right-hand side. Oh. Watford have been magnificent so far down the first, for 55 minutes. All kept their shape, but danger on the counter-attack. They could be 2 or 3 up.
Trodel seems to pull Olivier Giroud. RJ Mariner didn't give that. Watford work it neatly here to Alan Neon. Guardiola forward towards Igalo, defended by Gabriel. Now Alexis Sanchez. Really good ball to find it by Joel Campbell, but Neon with real good energy to go from an attacking position back into his right back slot. And he's won the free kick as well for the persistence on him from Alexis Sanchez.
Hasn't looked himself today, Sanchez. On the fringes of the game, there. He looked favoured to win that ball, but Neon's got back, recovered well, used his strength. Eased Sanchez off the ball, then Sanchez fouled him.
Symptomatic this game, Robbie, really, isn't it, of the recent form of Arsenal. As we remind you that Manchester United against West Ham is coming up from 3:30 straight after us. The last of the 4 quarter-finals. 4 wins in 13 matches coming into this game today. They've lost their mojo, which they tend to do at certain stages of most seasons, which disrails the title push that they seem to have year on year. They'd won 7 of 8 matches before then, but their form for now has deserted them. Although they get the corner here for Prodel's challenge on Olivier Giroud. They've got to summon up something from somewhere.
Having a good battle, those two. Prodel and Giroud. Corner Arsenal. Giroud was able to find plenty of space in the Watford box for the last one.
In it goes from Ozil, this time towards Mertesacker and Giroud, and the flag was up. And one of the Arsenal players stood in an offside position. And Matt Wilks with the flag up over there on the far side.
Yes, the outswinger once again, looking for Giroud on the penalty spot. You've got to say, good decision from the linesman, offside. Spotted it well.
Arsene Wenger's got Danny Welbeck, Alex Iwobi and Theo Walcott warming up, surely pondering a change. They've not really got going, have they, since the restart, Arsenal?
They've offered nothing in behind. Watford have, defend exceptionally well.
Valon Darami pumps it forward towards Guediora. Tracked here by Kieran Gibbs.
That's one thing you haven't got when you start with Giroud. When you're under a bit of pressure, the outlet ball, the ball into the channel, somebody to get after it. Surely it's got to be time for Welbeck or Walcott to come on and start running into channels, use some pace.
Here's Ozil, Sanchez, Arsenal's big two looking to combine. Sanchez makes a bit of room, Berami blocked the shot. Nathan Ake away as far as Chambers. Capoose helping out, opens up a bit of space here for Campbell. Berami away, Coquelin forward. Capoue deals with it this time. And then Coquelin couldn't find El Nene, and Igalo and Dini are looking to combine, and Gibbs needed his acceleration to get back and get a challenge in.
From a Watford point of view there, you wish it was the other way round. That was Igalo with the pace in behind. I think it's a huge half an hour for Arsene Wenger, Darren. I really do. Difficult game on Wednesday against Barcelona. I think they'll go out of the Champions League. If you lose at home to Watford with a very good team out, I think big questions will be asked of the manager.
Little slip by Coquelin. Watson can step in. Dini to Ake. And they're flowing forward again here, Watford. Igalo's waiting. Igalo's the target! And he got there too, and then couldn't quite get enough on it.
What an incredible ball from Ake down that left side, and he was just stretching Igalo. He couldn't get enough contact on it. He might have seen it a bit late, but what an opportunity once again.
Here's El Neni. Huge test for Arsenal. Sanchez. Neon tracking him. Sanchez in. Cathcart away. And then Ake tidies things up towards halfway. Here's Chambers. Alexis Sanchez operating down the right for a change. Away from Nathan Ake. Pulls it back towards Chambers, who sees it taken off him by Berami, and now the counter-attack's on again. And it's Dini towards Igalo. And Guediora's bursting forward to join in as well. Here is Guediora. The tackle made by Mesut Ozil, but it was worrying again for Arsenal with the speed of the Watford counter-attack.
Yeah, Dini again with the ball the outside of his right foot. Igalo pulling this Arsenal back four all over the place. Great work from Dini again.
Dini's won it back. No free kick. Here's Igalo. Mertesacker back there. The slip again, helping out Arsenal. They'd stopped for a moment there because I think even Dini wondered whether he'd handball it.
But again, it's the ball in behind. Igalo just fell over the critical stage. He couldn't take that ball into his path, but so dangerous, this Watford side.
Here's El Neni. Sanchez. Ozil. Now Campbell. And Giroud the target!
What a save from Pantilimon. You know, the ball's whipped in that near post. Giroud gets in a great position there. I don't think he knew much about the goalkeeper. Can Giroud guide into the bottom corner? It was going in. It was a great save, instinctive save from Pantilimon.
It's a fantastic cup tie now, isn't it? 17 minutes gone in the second half. Odion Ighalo's goal separating the sides, and the onus now on Arsenal, the cup holders, to drag themselves back into this year's competition.
Giroud does make that run so well across the near post. He's got so many of his Arsenal goals from that position. He got in front of the defender, hit the target. It was a very good save.
So Watford midfield players buzzing around the ball. Here's Deeney from Ighalo. Deeney's so strong. And Guediora! Oh, what a strike! And what a goal to double Watford's lead!
What a strike! Sensational strike! It was a rocket into that top corner. Great play from Deeney. They're doing a little celebration here. They can't believe it. I don't think I've ever seen a ball that hit as hard, but you've got to say, Deeney, great play, held it so well. He spots the run of Guardiola. Dear me, the goalkeeper doesn't see it. What an unbelievable strike.
Well, until he put his foot through that one, he'd never scored a goal in the FA Cup. And when you see it in full speed, look how fast it leaves the boot and rockets in.
Wow, what a strike. I played in a game once when Stephen Reid hit one at Wigan. As powerful as that, from the same kind of distance, the goalkeeper didn't see it. I think that was even harder than that. What a goal.
Now they can dare to dream. Arsenal 0, Watford 2. And Arsenal simply can't cope, Robbie, with the Watford counter-attack, can they?
Been brilliant. Game plans worked so well. You know, 4-4-2, they played 4-5-1 that first half, but they've decided to go for it in the second half. Deeney and Ighalo, the link-up play has been brilliant.
Changes coming for Arsenal. Theo Walcott and Alex Iwobi are getting ready. Danny Welbeck might not be far behind them. Desperate times called for desperate measures for Arsene Wenger. Arsenal's hold on the FA Cup hanging by a thread. Here's Chambers. We've seen nothing of Chambers down the right in the second half. He was a constant attacking threat in the first. Sanchez in towards Campbell, away by Neon. Now Coquelin. Kieran Gibbs. Joel Campbell. Ozil. There's so much work though being put in defensively by Watford. Ozil sends it in, the little deflection off Giroud took it away from Alexis Sanchez, and now Ighalo will chase and pressure Mertesacker and Gabriel.
Not being funny, these two centre-halves today, Mertesacker and Gabriel, been all over the place. You've got to say as well, Dan, the work rate of these Watford players without the ball, they're all getting back into positions, doing it so well, making it life very difficult for Arsenal.
Here's Campbell. Darami emphasising Robbie's point. Now Sanchez. Chambers. In it goes towards Giroud! The last touch off a Watford defender, it'll be an Arsenal corner as Giroud injured in the process.
I think it's Cathcart getting across that near post. You've got to say, it's an unbelievable challenge if it is. Chambers whips it across Giroud, makes that run again. What a challenge from Cathcart, that near post.
In goes the Arsenal corner from Ozil. And it was Giroud lining it up again.
As the corner, Giroud goes for the spectacular.
But this just epitomises the Watford performance, doesn't it, so far?
Brilliant to recover from that position, go to ground, nick the ball, great talent.
Triple change here, Robbie. Iwobi's on for El Neni. Joel Campbell is replaced by Danny Welbeck. And Theo Walcott coming on for Olivier Giroud. What do you think to the changes? He can't do anything else now. He's gambled, he's rolled the dice.
Well, he's going to have three up front, surely. It's going to be Walcott, Welbeck, Sanchez, Ozil in behind. But this is why, Darren, the strike from Guardiola is absolutely unbelievable. Ospina, he puts his arms in the air but doesn't get anywhere near it. What a strike from Guardiola.
The one thing that group of changes do for Arsenal is provide genuine pace out there and an alternative way to try and break down this very stubborn Watford back line. I think the biggest problem, though, that people like Walcott will have is trying to get in behind them, because they're playing so deep at the moment and they're happy to do so, aren't they?
Yeah, they did it very well. You know, good organisation, Prodal, Cathcart. The two full-backs are staying narrow. Ake and Naum.
Gabriel made it difficult there for Gibbs.
I think Ben Watson's done a good job as well down in front of that back four, just patrolling.
There's Deeney in on Iwobi, who'd started all of the FA Cup matches before today. The 19-year-old. Ozil threads it through towards Walcott. Walcott involved for the first time, and Pantilimon read it really well.
That's what he offers, Theo Walcott. He loves making them runs in behind the full-back. Great movement, you know, but you've got to say the goalkeeper, great starting position.
But as deep as they are, it's difficult to thread those balls in and not give the goalkeeper a really good chance.
It's got to be inch perfect. You know, we've seen him hit a couple in the first half, Ozil. But that's what Walcott will offer, those runs outside to in.
Watford are just over 20 minutes away from the FA Cup semi-finals and a place at Wembley. Kechianya is preparing to come on for Watford. There's Coquelin. Watson was in there again. They're not being given a second's piece on the ball at the moment, the Arsenal players. The work rate of the Watford side has been exceptional, particularly in this second half, and Deeney was played through by Igalo, and just like Robbie said earlier in the half, you actually wanted it to be the other way around again from a Watford perspective.
Yeah, those two have linked up so well there. If that was Deeney to Igalo, I think he would have beat Gabriel to the ball.
Ball in from Callum Chambers, almost worked its way through to Welbeck.
Little deflection once again. Nathan Ake in that left-back position just diverted the ball into Pantilimon's path.
Here's a chance for Alexis Sanchez in towards Danny Welbeck. And one of his former teammates at Manchester United, Craig Cathcart, who was a youngster there, beat him to it. Arsenal wanted to get on with it, but they can't. Etienne Capoe's been in a bit of treatment here. There's Ozil, Chambers, Sanchez, Coquelin. There's that black wall, though, between the man in possession and Pantilimon. Ozil looking to try and break it down. Sanchez in towards Danny Welbeck and away by Alan Neon. Mertesacker, Ozil, Alexis Sanchez. Ake's got to get across, and Ake did get across, and it was a really important tackle again by the youngster on loan from Chelsea.
Better from Arsenal, bit of impetus, bit of pace in their play. Good defending once again.
Gabriel and Mertesacker are in there. It's in towards Gabriel. And it was Guardiola, the man who got the second goal, who was able to get the touch on it. Well, I'm pretty sure that came off Guardiola, so is Arsene Wenger. And Andre Marin has given a goal kick. And the change is going to be made as well now. Ikechianya coming on for Etienne Capoue.
Yeah, you're right, Darren. Guardiola, the score of that stunning goal, you know, got back. Should have been a corner.
Replaced by 21, Ikechianya.
Anya coming on, they look dangerous on the counter-attack, but he's got pace as well. He'll add to that. He'll go over to that left-hand side.
Capoue's work for the day is done. And as Robbie says, it's a different player coming on, but a player who can add real impetus to Watford when they counter-attack an Arsenal team who have to come at them now with all of these attacking players on for the last 17 minutes. Here's the experienced Birami, who was needlessly fouled by Mesut Ozil. It's a yellow card. It was a ridiculous challenge.
Yeah, that was pure frustration from Mesut Ozil. Needless. I think it's a knee in the back. Yeah, yellow card, rightly so. Andre Marin, just frustration from Ozil.
There's Alman Abdi, who's going to be coming on as well. I suppose it's a key aspect now, isn't it? Freshening up the team with what remains of the match, because they've all put such a shift in for Quique Sanchez-Flores today. He's been at the centre of most of it, hasn't he? The captain, Troy Deeney, who's worked so hard for the cause. He's the target for the free kick. Mertesacker above him. Here's Iwobi.
Just look how deep Ozil's getting the ball though, Darren. He's almost in the back four. You want him in a number 10 position, pulling the strings. So deep now, Ozil.
Here's Sanchez. Gliding towards Ake and sending it in towards Walcott. Now Gibbs. Ozil. Welbeck. Watson sticking to him like glue. Now Birami applying the pressure on Ozil. Danny Welbeck. Heavy touch from Iwobi, but he gets through the challenge of Watson and then runs into Birami. Still going. Now Gibbs. Neom across. And Pantilimon has it back under control. Now we've got Champions League football for you in the week, big games as well. Manchester City against Dinamo Kiev on Tuesday, 7 o'clock, BT Sport Europe HD. And Arsenal back in the firing line 24 hours later. They're in the Nou Camp against Barcelona, unbeaten in 37 and 2-0 down from the first leg. Here comes the second Watford change. They won't get the opportunity to do it just yet. Alman Abdi's coming on when they do. Here's Alexis Sanchez. A goal, of course, for Arsenal at this stage would seriously swing momentum their way with just less than 15 minutes left.
See how well they're defending Deeney when he hasn't got the ball, drops in to make a 5 in midfield. The back four are strong. They're making Arsenal make mistakes.
So Adeline Guardiola, who's made a massive impact on this FA Cup quarter-final with his fiercely struck shot, as you're likely to see all season.
Was an incredible strike. Just look at the technique. The ball just took a little bobble as he's hit it with the outside of his right foot into that top corner. Wonderful strike, worthy standing ovation. Performed really well today, Guardiola.
Alman Abdi comes on to maintain his record of having appeared in every one of the club's FA Cup fixtures this season. Here's Iwobi. Birami was in there for Watford. Now Danny Welbeck. Coquelin. Watford have been so difficult to break down. Walcott loses it here to Abdi, whose first job was a defensive one.
I've got to say, there's going to be more opportunity for Watford on the counter-attack. Arsenal committing men forward. Just leaving Igalo in that lone centre-forward role. The full-backs will start going forward as well for Arsenal.
But it goes towards Walcott. Cathcart away. And then the clearance completed by Aki.
But you were right what you said earlier. Look how deep they were. No space in behind for that ball.
Durrani's gone forward now to press Coquelin. And it made it awkward for Ozil, and they've won it back. Craig Cathcart for Watford. Anya's on the move. Callum Chambers should have dealt with it, didn't deal with it, and Watford have got a corner.
Incredible pressing from Watford. You know, Baramis starts it off, he goes, and it just goes to show if you put good players under pressure, you know, they're not that comfortable on the ball. Great harrying, great hustling, brilliant from Watford.
It's an interesting day so far in the Troy Deeney household. His son Miles is an Arsenal fan, and he's here at the Emirates for the first time, supporting Arsenal against his dad's team. Troy was saying in the week that he's threatened to take his pocket money off him and all sorts, but it's Dad at the moment who's having the last laugh with just over 11 minutes to go. Walcott defends the corner. Watson with another chance. He knows though, Robbie, doesn't he, that if it goes to 2-1, such a perilous lead, isn't it? And the big onslaught will come from Arsenal then. But he also knows on the other side of his mind that they're so near to the semi-finals of the FA Cup and a big day at Wembley.
Well, let's be honest, other than one opportunity for Giroud, Arsenal haven't looked like scoring.
Here's Alexis Sanchez, who hasn't been able to unlock them so far. Kieran Gibbs. There's Abdi, who is back there tracking in those fresh legs that have been sent on by Quique Sanchez-Flores. And Mertesacker. Coquelin. Iwobi. Through towards Walcott, and away by Prodel. Gabriel to Mertesacker into the last 10 minutes. Watford leading 2-0. Alexis Sanchez lifts it in towards Walcott. Cathcart's header didn't get very far. Danny Welbeck looking to find room to turn. Now Sanchez, and it goes towards Kieran Gibbs. Straight at Pantilimon.
I said the full-backs will get forward. Gibbs with a free header. There was no pace on the cross really from Sanchez. He had to generate all the power, Gibbs. You know, straight at Pantilimon.
Something's happened off the ball here involving Igalo and Gabriel. And Gabriel was just stood over Igalo to try and help him up. Didn't see exactly what happened here. Maybe it's a bit of cramp. I mean, they've worked very hard, haven't they?
Yeah, looks like it's going to be his hamstring by the physio doing that stretch.
And Nordine Amrabat is going to be coming on anyway for Watford. And I think it's going to be Igalo who's going to make way.
Been magnificent. Igalo got his goal. He's led the line exceptionally well, whether it be on his own or with Deeney. Run the channels. He's given Mertesacker and Gabriel so many problems all afternoon. Wonderful performance.
It's interesting, isn't it, Robbie, that when you think of the changes that Quique Sanchez-Flores has made, there we see, look, just went down, and Gabriel was across there to try and help him. 2 of the 3 changes that have been made by Quique Sanchez-Flores have been attacking ones, attacking players. Abdi coming on, who can give them something going forward, and Amrabat as well is an out-and-out attacking player too. It's a sign of intent, isn't it, from Watford's manager. Sanchez in towards Iwobi. Ake with another foot in. He's done that so often in the game so far. Now Callum Chambers. Alexis Sanchez. Wriggles away from Ake this time. Now can he pick someone out? Yes, he can! It was Chambers! And it's a goal kick. And it was probably the right position, but the wrong player.
I think it was a block off a Watford player. It appeared in for a corner. Chambers gets himself forward. You know, Hazard took a deflection. He's hit it with the inside of his right foot. I think it's just come off the knee of Barami and deflected wide.
Pantilimon taking his time. Of course, that would be a twist in the plot, wouldn't it, if Pantilimon got a second yellow card and Quique Sanchez-Flores has made all 3 changes.
I suggest the goalkeeper just put the ball down, take a couple of seconds and smash it as far as you can. Don't waste any more time.
Arsenal go to Barcelona on Wednesday. They've got Everton away in the Premier League to come as well, and they're under pressure here from Amrabat. Watford know a 3rd goal would kill it at this stage. Deeney was trying to line it up, Gabriel in the way. Sanchez up towards Welbeck. Cathcart and Prodel have combined so well at centre-back, haven't they, today?
Absolutely brilliant. He's made one crucial challenge as well.
Here's Welbeck, runs into Berami. Fair challenge according to Andre Mariner.
He just seemed to get a toe in, a block in, crowd the area.
Alexis Sanchez stayed down after that challenge from Berami. And there was a foul from Abdi on Coquelin. Here's Ozil, Danny Welbeck, Alex Iwobi, Sanchez in towards Welbeck and Cathcart. Right place at the right time again for the umpteenth time for Watford. Sanchez floats it in this time. It was Abdi away and then Iwobi can hit it. And Cathcart blocks another one.
You just said it, right place at the right time. You've got to say for every single one of these Watford defenders, throwing their bodies in front of challenges, been absolutely brilliant. You know what, Arsenal haven't played well, but I'd rather talk about how good Watford have been. They've been magnificent, and they've got 5 minutes to see it out.
Ozil, Welbeck, the Watford supporters starting to sing songs about Wembley.
Void of ideas going forward, Arsenal. It's incredible to think all these attacking players on the pitch, void of ideas.
Don't forget, coming up on Thursday, the Europa League, Manchester United against Liverpool. Thursday, 7:30, BT Sport Europe. At the same time on BT Sport 1 HD, Tottenham against Borussia Dortmund. And Spurs 3-0 down from the first leg in Germany last week. Alexis Sanchez on the move. Looking to feed it to Callum Chambers, but he's overhit it. And Arsenal back on your screens next Saturday lunchtime. We've got Fletch and Sav at 10 o'clock live from Goodison Park, and then all the build-up starts from midday in the Barclays Premier League on BT Sport 1 and in Ultra HD as well. It's been a day, Robbie, where Arsene Wenger hasn't been able to find the solution to the puzzle.
No, he certainly hasn't, and you know, I think big questions will be asked of him after this game. You know, you would expect before the game started.
Sloppy header from Coquelin. Here's Deeney. Plays it through towards Anya. Anya's in. Tried to tee up Amrabat. David Ospina has probably kept Arsenal with a faint glimmer in the tie.
Great run from Anya. Another fantastic splitting pass.
Barami's been in the thick of it second half, hasn't he?
He's been brilliant. You know, him and Watson as a 2 in there. Deeney's dropped back to make a 3 at times. You cannot speak highly enough of this Watford performance. You've got to say Arsenal are clueless going forward.
Everton and Crystal Palace are into the last 4 already. Watford are just over 3 minutes plus stoppage time away from joining them. Alexis Sanchez. Arsenal need a goal, and they need it quickly. Chambers. Iwobi. And away by Prodel. Deeney can't hold it. Callum Chambers has it back. Now Theo Walcott had the deflection on it. It's took it away ultimately from Alexis Sanchez, but behind for the Arsenal corner.
It's that man again, Cathcart. You know, Walcott in a good position, another good block.
Ozil lifts it in. Kieran Gibbs helps it on. Now Danny Welbeck. Alexis Sanchez. Abdi in the way. So was Valon Birami. Danny Welbeck. Ozil. Danny Welbeck. Prodel across and Arsenal are back in it. And Danny Welbeck might well have scored in the nick of time. Arsenal pull a goal back with just over 2 minutes to go.
We could have a great finish. Great back heel from Ozil. You know, you've got to say cool finish from Welbeck, open his body up, but just look at the 1-2, you've got to stay where you run a great back heel, open his body up, put it past Pantilimon. We have got a grandstand finish, Darren.
Danny Welbeck's third goal since coming back from injury, missed the final last season with a knee problem. And there is still time for Arsenal.
Nerves now will be jangling that Watford defence.
Given away by Chambers to Ake. Walcott was back there trying to help out. Mertesacker steps in. Amrabat in for Watford. And still. And wide. And the crowd now inside the Emirates urge Arsenal forward. 4 additional minutes, we think, at the end of the 90. Coquelin. Ozil. Sanchez. Arsenal starting to flow. Ozil once more. Plenty to pick out. Sanchez is one of them. Trying to tee it up for himself. And eventually hits it straight at his own player. Iwobi! Oh! Nearly! Gibbs! Must be! Welbeck! No! What an opportunity! Chances for Arsenal, and they couldn't take any of them.
Oh, it's hit the post. It's hit Pantilimon, and he's just got to spin Welbeck and put it into an empty net, and he just couldn't wrap his foot around it. What a finish this is! Oh, it's incredible stuff.
What a fantastic FA Cup tie.
Absolutely brilliant. I've been in situations, Darren, before when Arsenal are coming on strong, you panic, and they are panicking. Keeper's got to hurry up here.
Well, 1 or 2 of the Arsenal players have just pointed that out to Andre Marin, a confirmation of the 4 additional minutes. Still trying to work out how Arsenal aren't level at 2-2. Danny Welbeck coming forward. They're rocking now. Watford. Welbeck's in.
You've got to say, Danny Welbeck has done so well to stay on his feet there. The challenge coming from Prodel. He's determined to get to the end of it. He's got it to target.
Pantilimon taking a long time again. It was a slow walk across to pick up the ball. Arsene Wenger is pointing it out to Andre Mariner and the 4th official, Stuart Atwell. Remember, Pantilimon was shown a yellow card before half-time for doing exactly this. 3 minutes of the additional time still to go, and Watford rocking for the first time in the tie. Here's Walcott. Chambers. Abdi was there for Watford. Anywhere will do as far as they're concerned.
Where's this Arsenal been for the first 85 minutes though, Darren? They're moving the ball quicker, they're getting in behind. Can they get that equaliser?
Per Mertesacker to Mesut Ozil. 2 German World Cup winners. Now Alexis Sanchez. Moves away from Neon. Gives it to Ozil. A ricochet takes it to Danny Welbeck. Arsenal knocking on the door again. Iwobi! Took a deflection, Arsenal corner.
I think it's off that man Cathcart once again. It's an incredible finish. I can't believe people have left the stadium.
Cathcart's never been on the winning side against Arsenal. He's lost all 4 previous games he's played against them. Away by Deeney. Kieran Gibbs. Gibbs challenging Amrabat. Arsenal buzzing around the ball. Time against them. 2 minutes to play. Chambers only to Deeney. Arsenal throwing. Coquelin being urged to send it forward. And Pantilimon comes, and at 6'8", they're relatively straightforward for him.
Yeah, he'd be so happy with that. Relieves the pressure. He's come, claimed it well.
Callum Chambers. Gibbs did tremendously well to stop it floating out of play. Iwobi then keeps it alive. Coquelin. Space out wide here for Chambers. Anya's got out there. In towards Mertesacker, is playing up there. Collides with Prodel, who's gone down. And Andre Marin's going to have to stop it here because the Watford centre-back has collided with Mertesacker.
Yeah, the referee's done right to stop the play there. Clash of heads, you have to stop it. It's Mertesacker who's up there now. Arsenal launching balls into the box. What a cup tie, Darren.
Oh, it's been fantastic. You wonder whether there's still one twist in the clock before it finishes. He must have thought they were home and dry with 5 or 6 minutes to go. Now, we've just been told, we've had the clock on Pantilimon. When he got the yellow card before half-time, he'd held the ball for 30 seconds and got the yellow card. The last time he held it for 31 and didn't get it. He's playing chicken with the referee, isn't he?
It would be a brave referee to give him another yellow card and send him off with 30 seconds left.
Of course, Prodel now has to leave the field. It's going to be a drop ball. I think the Watford players will be happy to give it back to Arsenal, but inside their own half. So there'll be a little bit more additional time added on. But possibly one last opportunity here for the FA Cup holders. Arsenal, who have had the trophy for the past 2 years, need a goal and they need it now. Anya away. Helped on by Deeney. Mertesacker. Coquelin. Sanchez. Cleared a little bit further by Amrabat, but not far enough. Gibbs towards Walcott. Prodel, who's back on, can make the challenge. Andre Marin's had his first look at the watch. Watford are almost there.
Ospina's got to go up, surely. This will be the last opportunity.
It's going to be a long throw into the Watford penalty area from Kieran Gibbs. And Andre Mariner blows the full-time whistle. And Arsenal's 2-year hold on the FA Cup is over. Watford are into the semi-finals for the 6th time in club history. Their first for 9 years after their first ever win at the Emirates Stadium. And their first victory against Arsenal for 28 years. And he's never hit a ball like he hit one today, Adeline Guediora. What a performance by Watford, Robbie.
Absolutely magnificent. Defended so well. The midfield was brilliant. And the link-up play in that second half between Deeney and Agallo, absolutely fantastic. Well deserved the victory.
Arsenal's stumbling end to the season continues. They've got Barcelona next on the agenda. But it's Wembley for Watford. And Quique Sanchez Flores, full time at the Emirates. Arsenal 1, Watford 2.
Robbie, 9,000 Watford fans going absolutely potty here inside the Emirates. Their first win over Arsenal since 1987 in the FA Cup, and they are heading to Wembley. Just one win in 7 now for Arsenal. Ian Wright and David James with me pitch side. David, what a day for those Watford fans.
Absolutely amazing. I mean, you're right, the build-up that, you know, it was, everyone expected Arsenal to win this, but Watford throughout the whole game, not just defensively but obviously offensively as well, fantastic, and 100% credit to them. I mean, it was an amazing feeling, as I said, going to see them training on Wednesday. There was a good buzz about the place, and I think they've shown that today. Absolutely superb.
What did you think of that Watford performance, Ian? Because this was a strong Arsenal side that Wenger put out.
Watford have to take a lot of credit for the way they stuck to their game plan. I'd like to. Robbie was right in his commentary. Arsenal seemed to get quicker when they were behind. They needed to play at that tempo from the start to put pressure on Watford, but I don't take anything from Watford. I think their game plan was good. We knew that their danger men were Troy Deeney and Igalo, and in the end it was Troy Deeney for me who was man of the match. It was brilliant for Watford today, but all of them to a man, they were fantastic, and congratulations to Watford.
Got Everton and Palace through to the semi-finals. Will Watford be fancying this? Is there a feeling that looks on their side at the moment, the way they've got through to this stage with 3 1-0 victories as well?
Yeah, as I say, I mean, the league position is pretty much secure now. The focus on the cup, I mean, that performance today, as I say, was throughout superb, and why not? Why not think about going to Wembley and winning it, as opposed to just going there and playing and enjoying the semi-final? I mean, they've got a great opportunity now.
Great day for them, but Ian, for Arsene Wenger and Arsenal, more questions inevitably going to be asked, and more criticism for Arsene Wenger.
Well, I think that would be very harsh. I think he put out the strongest team he could put out today. If you're going to point a finger at anyone, you've got to point a finger at the players and their application maybe in the first half. They could have started the game better. They were under pressure. They were the favourites. I thought they should have won it with the team that they had, but like I say, credit to Watford, but can't really blame the manager for that. He's put the strongest team out he could, and they didn't come up for him. Simple as that.
I think he's right there. I mean, you've got to admire Watford's performance in this. It's not that Arsenal weren't good enough. It was that Watford did more than everyone expected. They, to a man, were superb, and Arsene Wenger can't be faulted for that.
OK, so here is confirmation of your semi-finalists in the FA Cup so far. Watford are through to the Final Four. They join Crystal Palace, who in their first semi-final since 1995, and Everton also heading to Wembley after beating Chelsea. This afternoon, next up live on BT Sport, we are at Old Trafford for Manchester United against West Ham. That's coming very soon on BT Sport 2. And the good news for Arsenal, I guess they're still in the Champions League. They've only got to overcome a 2-0 deficit against Barcelona to get through. We'll have analysis from the Emirates. Ian Wright just celebrating, with Troy Deeney celebrating there. Ian Wright just congratulating him at the end there. We'll have all the analysis and reaction from the Emirates after the break.